If you'd asked anyone 5 years ago who P. Diddy was, you'd probably hear one of two things. Isn't he the guy who throws epic parties, or I'm not sure who that is? Fast forward to today, and now almost everyone knows who he is, but for all the wrong reasons. And the craziest part is that over the years, countless interviews have given us hints about his true character. Don't believe us? Here are some of the most disturbing Diddy moments that changed everything we thought we knew about him. Let's kick things off with Diddy's legendary, or should I say notorious, parties. What started as glamorous A-list gatherings soon spiraled into something out of a dark drama. These parties weren't just wild, they were wild.
I don't know why all the girls over there and all the guys over here, if you ain't talking to a girl, then you got to go, because this ain't that type of party.
Whispers turned into headlines with rumors of excessive drug use, strange after-hours activities, and VIP rooms that allegedly housed everything from questionable deals to highly inappropriate behavior. And then it all came crashing down when interviews started popping up.
He was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse.
Former guests, including well-known names, began to let things slip.
Put the pack. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man.
Remember that interview with the rapper who couldn't stop nervously laughing when they mentioned the back room of Diddy's mansion? Or that viral TikTok where a former employee of one of his events hinted at seeing things no one should ever see? Yeah, it was getting messy.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party.
Suddenly, the veil lifted, and we all began to wonder, what on earth had been happening behind those velvet ropes? What started as fun and glitzy soon became something entirely darker. Could this be where the cracks in Diddy's empire began to show? If you thought the parties were wild, wait until you hear about the infamous towel incident. This one took a dark turn that left everyone stunned. Imagine Diddy fresh out of the shower, sprinting down a hotel hallway, towel barely clinging on, chasing after Cassie. But this wasn't some comedic misadventure, it was an actual nightmare. Video footage captured the moment he allegedly assaulted her as she was trying to escape to the elevator, throwing her to the ground and kicking her. Yes, it was as shocking as it sounds, and it sent shockwaves through the industry. But how did it come to this? What triggered such a violent confrontation? As the details emerged, fans and critics alike began to question everything they thought they knew about the man behind the glitz and glamour. Just when you thought Diddy couldn't possibly follow that chaos with something equally outrageous, he had an "I'm a Savage" outburst during a later live interview that raised even more eyebrows. Was this a genuine reflection of his mindset, or just a desperate attempt to reclaim his image amidst growing controversy? If there was ever a moment where Diddy's public image started to feel, off, it was during his "I'm a Savage" outburst. As part of his build-up for his 2017 documentary Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Diddy, or should we say Combs, released a series of behind-the-scenes videos. The goal? Probably to give us all a taste of his unstoppable drive, his winning mentality. But instead what we got was something way more intense than what we bargained for. In one clip, Diddy, fresh from sealing a deal with MTV, goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Sitting in his office, he starts tossing papers and messing up his desk, shouting, "I'm a savage, oh, I'm a savage." It was supposed to be a power move, but the vibe was more chaotic than motivational. Was this passion or something darker bubbling to the surface? Diddy even paused mid-rant to ask, "What's next?" And honestly, the rest of us were left wondering the same. What's next indeed? The videos were meant to showcase his determination to win over and over, but the erratic behavior raised eyebrows everywhere. And then things got even more interesting when J-Lo's mom appeared on The Wendy Show, and boy did she drop some subtle shade. When it comes to family opinions, Jennifer Lopez's mom, Guadalupe Rodriguez, didn't hold back during her memorable appearance on The Wendy Show. After J-Lo dated Diddy, known then as Combs from 1999 to 2001, the talk show host floated the idea of them rekindling their romance. But before J-Lo could even respond, all eyes were on her mom, whose horrified expression spoke volumes. A quick dismissive hand motion said it all. Absolutely not. As J-Lo reminisced about Diddy's romantic gesture of sending her 100 white doves, it became clear that while he might have thought it was a grand romantic move, it didn't quite land the way he hoped. I mean, can you imagine your ex trying to win you back with that? It's safe to say that regardless of the doves, Rodriguez would not have been on board. Perhaps her concern stemmed from Diddy's suspected infidelities during their relationship, but whatever the reason, her protective mama bear instincts were unmistakable. And speaking of unexpected moments, let's pivot to the time Diddy couldn't keep his hands to himself and made Mike Tyson himself uncomfortable. Imagine it's 1998, and you've got heavyweight champion Mike Tyson and P. Diddy on the Keenan Ivory weigh-in show. Normally, Tyson would be the one to intimidate, right? Well, not this time. You see, during an interview, which was supposed to be about Tyson's new music venture, things took an awkward turn when Diddy got a little too comfortable. As they sat chatting, Diddy's hand found its way a little too close to Tyson's personal space. The boxer, ever so cool, gave Diddy's hand a quick removal and scooched away. It was a blink and you'll miss it moment, but oh boy, the cringe was real. Tyson even admitted later on that the incident left him feeling embarrassed for weeks. If this wasn't an early sign of Diddy's handsy behavior, we don't really know what would be. But if you think this is where the weirdness stops, hold on to your seats. Next up, we've got an incident that's even more unsettling. Diddy? A locked door? Things are about to get real strange. In a 2002 interview with Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Diddy, of course, brought his usual flair. Conan, intrigued by Diddy's legendary parties, asked him for the secrets to throwing a Puffy-level bash. Diddy's list? Beautiful people, booze, water, and locks on the doors.
We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They
Right.
just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta
Right.
keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
At that point, Conan hit pause, clearly unsettled, asking, wait, are these parties safe? Diddy, trying to play it cool, said the locks were just for comfort, though he slipped up, admitting that they were a little bit kinky. Looking back, given what we know now about his private events, this seemingly off-the-cuff remarks feels so much more sinister. A joke? Maybe. But it's the kind of honesty that sends shivers down your spine. Now, we're moving from one awkward encounter to another. Up next, a young Justin Bieber spends a wild 48 hours with Diddy. How did that go? Well, let's just say things got a little buckful crazy. For those who did not know, back in 2009, a video surfaced on Justin Bieber's YouTube channel that got everyone talking. The video showed the teen pop star hanging out with none other than Diddy. In the clip, Diddy looks at the camera and promises Bieber the time of his life for the next 48 hours. And just like that, Bieber was on a wild ride with Diddy. At the time, this all seemed innocent. Diddy playing the cool mentor, hyping up Bieber's coming-of-age moment. We're going full buck, full crazy, Diddy declared, but his choice of words has taken a whole new meaning in light of recent allegations. Things got even crazier in the reunion video years later, where Bieber gives Diddy a fake phone number. It makes you wonder, was there more awkwardness between them than we originally thought?
Okay.
Number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. You heard that?
And speaking of awkward, we've got another glimpse into Diddy's chaotic lifestyle, this time from Usher himself. What did Usher see during his time living with Diddy? Buckle up, because this story is next and it's full of very curious things. When it comes to inside looks as to who Diddy really is, Usher gave us a rare glimpse into the rap star's chaotic lifestyle during a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show. Usher, who lived with Diddy for about a year in his teens, shared that it was all part of a learning experience suggested by music mogul L.A. Reid. But let's just say what Usher saw wasn't exactly a wholesome summer camp experience.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called.
Parties with the likes of Biggie Smalls and Lil' Kim? Check. Raging until early hours? Definitely. And while this might seem fun, Usher admitted that while he stayed up later than Diddy's crew, he wasn't sure he could really fully indulge in what was going on around him.
Went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Hinting at the wild and sometimes questionable nature, the activities happening behind closed doors. He described the atmosphere as wild and crazy and perhaps most tellingly, curious. The truly revealing part came when Howard Stern asked if Usher would ever send his kids to Puffin Camp, in which Usher laughed and gave a resounding hell no. And really, who could blame him?
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
But just when you think you've heard it all, another celebrity is about to take the hot seat, literally. Next up, we'll hear Ashton Kutcher tackle some very spicy wings on Hot Ones. But what unexpected truths did the heat force him to reveal? Stay tuned to find out.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote. If you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell.
Ashton Kutcher may have distanced himself from Diddy in recent years, but back in the day they were close enough for Kutcher to even have plenty of wild stories. During his 2019 Hot Ones interview, Kutcher was asked about Diddy's infamous parties, and while the spicy wings got him sweating, it wasn't nearly as tough as coming up with a party story that he could actually tell.
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Can't tell that one either, was all Kutcher could say with a smile, clearly cycling through some very untellable tales in his head. While he didn't dish on the parties, Kutcher did talk about how they first met and how Diddy's relentless drive led him to run the New York Marathon. But here's where things get a little juicier. Recently, there's been some speculation that Kutcher might be called to testify in Diddy's upcoming trial. If that happens, Kutcher could find himself in a much hotter seat than the Hot Ones ever was. But speaking of heat, Diddy's been sweating for entirely different reasons lately, legal-wise. Next, we're diving into the controversy over Diddy's permits. How did he manage to keep throwing massive parties while allegedly dodging the rules? Let's find out. Back in 2001, Diddy gave Entertainment Tonight a glimpse into his looming gun trial, describing it as a scary situation. He talked about leaving his fate in the hands of God and 12 jurors. But interestingly, Diddy had hinted at his legal troubles much earlier. In a 1999 interview, he predicted that his habit of throwing unpermitted parties would eventually land him in trouble. He claimed people felt intimidated by his ability to bring new elements into the scene and expressed a belief that authorities would come for him, even if all he was trying to do was have a good time. Fast forward to today, and Diddy is facing serious criminal charges, including sex trafficking related to his infamous freak-off parties. Though he has pleaded not guilty, this scandal is already shaking his reputation to the core. Is this the end of the party for Diddy? Only time will tell. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 disturbing Diddy moments that changed everything we thought we knew about this music mogul. From jaw-dropping revelations to unsettling behaviors, these moments remind us that even the biggest stars can have the dark secrets lurking behind the fame. But what do you think? Do these moments really show who Diddy is? Or is there more to the story? Let us know in the comments section below. If you found this dive into celebrity controversies eye-opening, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more shocking truths and untold stories from the world of fame. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, sometimes even the brightest stars cast the darkest shadows. Catch you in the next video.